Well, hello and long time no see, Friday beer review enthusiasts. Today we got a local beer, Falling Knife Daydreaming. Now, this one isn't potent enough to probably get you daydreaming, but hey, let's take a look and see. Wow, this is really, look at that. That's an interesting color. That is a nice, very pale kind of gold color, really pale, kind of much lighter looking. Whoa, look at the nose. Look at the nose, smell the nose. Anyhow, so this one really captivated me with a really cool, simple looking. I mean, it's, I guess not simple, but it's like it's simple in the sense that there's really not a ton going on here with the can art and stuff. There's a kind of light purple color and stuff like that, but it's got some really cool like phone booth, the mouth thing, old school airplane and stuff. That's kind of cool. I like it. Hazy Citra Pale Ale is what we're gonna dive into here. As you can see, almost no head on this one. This glass doesn't hold an entire pint, but that's okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So I've always been a giant fan of Falling Knife. I've thought they make some very good IPAs, like absolutely just stunning IPAs, like just stuff that just really speaks to me. They are Minneapolis, Minnesota, if I didn't already say. And this one being a pale ale, hazy pale ale, which again, I am totally for this trend too. I feel like the beer market is in a weird state right now, and these higher ABV IPAs and stuff aren't really drawing the same crowd that they used to, especially in the summertime. Like even hazy IPAs, like even though they drink, they're not as in your face as like a West Coast is and stuff with the hoppiness and everything like that. They still are pretty heavy, and being a guy that has just entered his 40s now, I find that even for myself, a connoisseur, a enthusiast, as it were, that they're kind of heavier on me. So I've been kind of gravitating more towards these lighter beers. So these hazy pale ales have been just really fun for me, just because you get a lighter drinking beer, 5.5% alcohol by volume, which is higher than your light beers, but significantly lower than most of your regular IPAs, which are usually around the 6.5 to 7+%. And your doubles are a little bit higher at 8 to 10. But this one has a nice pilly mouthfeel. The flavor isn't like super pronounced or anything like that. Not super hoppy or anything. But it gives you plenty of that tropical, citrusy type notes and stuff. The nose is nice floral aroma to it, and like you kind of get pineapple-y, mango-y, a little bit of grapefruity notes in the end, kind of thing. But I mean, I don't think it's bad, but it's not like. I think it's also because it's more of a middle of the road kind of thing. It's probably more geared towards being able to drink more of them in a row, kind of a thing, and actually be able to enjoy multiple versus like your typical double or single IPAs. You're gonna be like, okay, that's a little bit heavy for me for right now, especially in the summertime, like I said. But this one's drinking really easy. A little bit of, it's kind of got like a little bit of orangey, kind of almost lemon limey taste too sometimes. But where I really think it shines for me personally is just the appeal of that lighter flavor profile. I think for me, that is definitely one of the reasons why you'd want to reach for this. I mean, if you're reaching for this and you're kind of expecting more of that IPA taste and, you know, feel and all that, everything, you're probably going to be left a little bit disappointed and stuff like that. I think for me, this is going to be probably around like the 4 out of 5 stars is probably where I'd put it for the Untappd, because again, well, I think for a lot of people, like I said, I think it's going to detract them from, like, Falling Knives has made and done so many good, like, actual, like, hazy IPAs and stuff. Like, they have done some phenomenal beers. Like, I have been very impressed with the stuff that they've put out. So if you're going into this one thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a Falling Knife home run, but then you're like, oh, you realize, oh, this is actually much lighter, softer, easier drinking kind of thing. You're like, well, yeah, of course it's going to feel like that, but it's going to throw you off a little bit, I think. But then I think that's all right, though. Like I said, it's just something different, and I dig it. I do dig it. Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's that lighter, the pale ale aspect of the hazy spectrum that I'm actually really finding myself getting into. Just because, like I said, my body is getting older, and being summertime, it's a little bit harder to drink those heavier, hoppier IPAs. But this one's great. I think this is absolutely fantastic for those people that don't want that in-your-face hoppy flavor, blah blah blah. But they don't want a Coors Light. They don't want something on that light spectrum. This is a great one to introduce people. Maybe even to try and lead them into some of the more hoppy, hazy IPAs and stuff like that. This would be a great a gateway beer, if you will. Hell yeah. I think that's where I'm gonna leave this one. I don't see any. I can't find any hop notes or. Oh, here it is. Hazy pale ale dripping with 100% Citra hops. So so that's why I like this one so much. I love Citra hops. Ironically, this one kind of also has that same. If you're familiar with Cashmere and stuff like that, that kind of has a lot of remnants of a Cashmere hop type of beer. Just that weird, lighter, easier drinking kind of hop. I don't know. It just has this really weird, clean kind of flavor profile and stuff too. I dig it. I dig it a lot. Highly recommend this one, actually. Falling Knife, I love you. I'm so sorry that your owner, head brewer, passed away recently. That's really sad and tragic, but you know what? Cheers to him. Cheers to you guys making killer beer still. I appreciate it. It's really good. I am absolutely going to keep buying your stuff. So, yeah. My heart goes out to you guys. Cheers. Well, you guys, thank you so much for watching Friday Beer Reviews and hanging out with me. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, consider subscribing if you're new here, and share this with your beer-loving friends if they're into that type of thing. Look somewhere on this guy over here's belly area, and you can watch another beer review video or another video from my channel here. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay thirsty, my friends. Oh yeah.